Hey everybody, Rodman here. Thanks for tuning in to the Philosopher King, a RimWorld royalty series about being a benevolent ruler in a benevolent society. Speaking of society, here's the rules and goals for ours. And then, of course, the projects that you all have voted upon, which I am working on. So, picking up where we left off, I wanted to go over some tips from all of you, because sometimes you guys are just smarter than I am. First things first, Shadow Wolf, Aerith Copy, and DK mentioned that your hospital should not have a lot of foot traffic to reduce the amount of filth buildup. I spent an entire episode talking about filth, but then designed a hospital that would contribute to it. So we'll fix that. So instead of a north-facing door that allows people to, or allows entrance, which could be a problem, I'm going to have doors here instead. And then additionally, I am going to put doors here and here. Let's add floors of concrete like this. And remove the floor of concrete from here. Great. I'm going to move these beds like this, so that I can put my research bench along this wall. This will become a wall. There is going to be a lot of refacing, I think, going on. So another one was from Paulo. He sort of indirectly suggested I just knock down this entire wall, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Another thing I wanted to do, now that our kitchen is growing, is no longer store foods in a stockpile. Don't store herbal medicine in there or drugs. And then in the kitchen, I will allow drugs, herbal medicine, and foods. Eventually, I'll have stockpiles for all the drugs, so I know where they are at all times. Alright, so the stonecutter table here, I need to start making limestone. I probably have a queue. Yeah, I have a queue on the other side. Great. I also want to start to lay out a crematorium. So I'm going to lay it out pretty much the way, roughly in the same spot as the barn here. So this was a 9x9, but instead of a 9x9, I'm doing a 7x7. And we'll put the crematorium in there. Just off to the side. Okay. And I've queued up a lot of construction projects. I'm going to let these guys rest a sec. Another thing I need to do is to uninstall the beacons. And actually change the roof a little bit here too. Great. A lot is changing. The brewery here is going to get put back into the kitchen now that the kitchen is expanding. And then I'm going to move the comms console to where the brewery used to be. Also looks like I'm going to need... No, actually, I'm going to move the comms console here, where the drug lab is. Gonna get my steel on and get shredding mechs. Zero is making Shay's stomach. Alright, Treaty of Talia, farewell. Godspeed to you both. All, not both. Both implies that there's fewer of them than there are. Alright, so a lot of projects. And then the last tip that I got was from Crash M. Crashem mentions that I might want to plant some dandelions. They grow a little bit faster than hay, and the animals that are waiting around to eat hay, to graze on hay, could eat dandelions. They'll be more readily available, so I'm going to do that. So we'll have dandelion 1. And here I'll have dandelion 2. This is also so that I don't harvest. You don't harvest dandelions for dandelion greens or anything like that. So there is also an advantage of it never gets harvested by a farmer and is always available for consumption. Alright, so there is our comms console and drug lab. We are making enough limestone to wall stuff up. Another thing I wanted to do is to haul in the milk that I've got in my stockpile because it's going to rot. And then also haul in the ambrosia. I'm going to be setting up tables for this stuff. I just am not quite there yet. Royal Tribute collectors coming in. I don't really have a lot of gold to offer them up. So, sorry, Royal Tribute Collector, I don't really have tribute. Then another thing I was going to do is to let's remove the floors here. A fearful monument. Let's see. Antigrain warheads in gold for... Man, it's about an evil trade. Maybe? I will. So, fearful monument. Oh my god, this thing is enormous. And it's one of these, like, if it gets destroyed, I get punished. Holy hell, that thing is huge. Well, this should be interesting. Don't know why I took that on as a task, but I did. So be it. Alright, flesh shaping is now researched. Next up, we'll get multi-barreled, or actually specialized limbs. Okay, I'm going to move my research into the hospital. And then I also want to build some shelves for medicine and the like. Alright, so let me review this quest again. Fearful Monument, I have 48 days to build it. Okay. I've never seen a monument this large. Well, here we go. Trying to keep that safe is going to be an undertaking, too. Quite the undertaking, indeed. Another thing I forgot to do is the new pup that I have, the new bear cub. You're going to be named Death Command. Death Command was the patron of mine that gave up Boogie Woogie's name and now is a bear cub. Seems like a fair trade. Alright, Royal Tribute. I'm really not going to give you anything, so you can leave now. Okay, we'll finish off Shay's stomach. Another thing, Ervanath, I'm going to make you do some tidying up. Our base is getting really dirty. Okay, Bionic stomach is done. And Shay, you are going to get it installed in the new hospital. All right, another thing I wanted to do, okay, there's the comms console, is to set up the drug lab so that we're actually manufacturing medicine and stuff that we need. Okay, so here's a marble shelf. This is going to be for Glitter World medicine, and the other one's going to be for regular medicine. Perfect. Alright, bye-bye Empire Spirit. Never really had I intended to trade with them. Alright, sounds like the crematorium is getting underway, which is one of my goals. It will be nice to check that one off the list. You're making components. What am I doing until 50? Yes, okay. So this is the last one I ought to be making. Okay, Shay, you are cured of your gut worms. Here comes the shelving. So this will require cloth, because essentially we're interested to make medicine do until I have, let's say, 30, which is cloth, naturiamine, herbal meds. So I'm going to need more shelves in this, which is why I'm planning on moving the... let me pause the limestone queue for now. So cloth, this also requires herbal meds and naturiamine. We'll see how efficiently we can stock that up. Let's put a chair in there. Bubblu, you're in a pretty good mood. Let's have a throne speech. Okay, well, I think the throne speech might be cut short because we have a mech cluster of a psychic suppressor on males. Ooh. I have 14 days to deal with this. This has a mech drop beacon, 2 of them, a countdown timer, proximity activators, which activate in just seconds. What I'm going to do is a new area. Invert and restrict everybody so they don't get close to that. Oh, it looked like they had a mortar shield too, do they? Yes, they do. Not that it really matters because I do have EMPs. Alright, speech to the throne, you better be good. I hope. And then animals, I'm going to have them all graze for now, because I don't really trust... I don't want to redesign the animal hauling zones. Actually, you know what? I can. It's not that much effort. Don't be so lazy, Red. Don't be so lazy. So the animal hauling just needs to be removed from this area as well. And I'll have to put it back once we're done. Alright, come on, speech. Better be encouraging. Ooh, inspirational. Perfect. Full of intensity and purpose. I can understand why, given what just landed next to us. Alright, so everyone's going to have a nice nap. I would like to reload some turret stuff. So before I activate these mechs, I want to process some slag, shred some mechanoids, and get a little bit more steel, because I'm definitely going to need it coming up here in a sec. All right, this zone here is going to be human corpses. Critically important that human-like corpses go here that are not colonists. And animal corpses that are rotten. And then the bills here. I hope I did them correctly the first time. What is this? This is human likes, no colonist. We'll bury our own colonist. And then animals of rotten. Good. Get that moved. All right, so before we activate this this mech cluster, there's a little bit of work to be done. Which none of it got done. All right, so restrict home, or rather safe, or no, not even safe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Animals to grazing. Which I had a little bit more time. So, just making sure I'm not using the HE shells. No, I'm not. Alright, great. I'm going to let everyone can fire reload for a bit. Jan Shui and Mathis. Okay, I'm going to change who's at the turrets. Chris, Shay, Poppy, you should join up here, because they have weapons that are better suited. I wish there was time for me to... Yeah, maybe there is. No, I'm gonna just shell. Alright, I'm gonna wait a second. So now these shooters are ready to go as much as they can be. Barrel durability here pretty much sucks. I'm going to just reload the ones that are particularly poor off, and repair as well, because I have a little bit of time. Okay. Can fire in a few seconds here. Okay, there we go. Set force target. Let's try to hit the mortar shield. And then... we'll get that underway. So the mortar shield's down. And they are live. So here comes their reinforcements. I'm trying to get my uranium turrets up and on. Get them plugged in. I'm going to go with one more shelling before I put everyone on the wall. I hope that's the right call. Faustopia. Actually, I might want to keep the sniper rifles for the centipede. I was going to have them switch, but I'm not. Alright, Bubbaloo, gonna need you up here. Okay, so did not destroy anything of importance. These turrets are actually pretty easy. These two are easy to do with. This one less so, but yeah, we'll have to work our way around that. Okay, straight up out of ammo. Let's turn it off. I might just go with the forceful method for the centipede. Animals, go to the barn. Get out of my way. And then Area 1 can be removed because I'm dealing with it right now. You're not welcome here at the moment. There's something going on. Took a little bit of a gamble that 0 would be more accurate than the mech. All right, so now they're down. I'm going to restrict everybody home. Okay, they still are. You all get off duty. Additionally, I'm going to add this as home. Do I know how to make... Yeah, I know how to make small pop. Okay. Alright, we'll get the rest of this dealt with before we get psychically suppressed. I don't know if this charge turret's going to have a line of sight. It might not. We'll see. Okay, so I'm inside minimum range now. Yeah, it does not. Good. Come on, Talon. Walk away. Broke his, shield belt. hell is everyone else doing? Good. I actually might not want to use Bubbaloo in brawling here. Just because the staff here... it kind of isn't... the staff will be fine. It's just not a very effective melee weapon. So, Talon's shield belt's back, which allows him to close the distance to the last turret. Who's Oh, Talon's starving. Well, I don't know why you have a packaged survival meal on you, but I'll make good use of it. Alright, restricts lifted. Animals, hauling. Got some plasteel out of that. Just gonna be nice and useful. Undignified throne room. Oh, the braziers are not lighting. Oh, well, that's fine. Okay, that's a lot of hay. And back to the construction progress that I was trying to make. So I'm going to store slag on dirt so that animals can be the ones to haul it. And summer has officially begun. Well, there's a lot of other quality of life things I want to do. Okay, so high psychic drone will buzz for a psi-focus shirt and 6 royal favor. Oof, all right. That's a rough trade, but sure, I guess. All right, Yanshui, let's haul that shirt. Another thing I wanted to do, which I hadn't done yet, is for Simon's. Ranged is no longer going to allow for psi-focus helmets or clothing of any sort, as they shouldn't be allowed to use that anyway. Alright, so Zero, you're trying to supplement our steel. Construction projects. Oh, no, that's taming. Animals. Grazers can graze again. Who's starving? Poppy and Chris. Oh, because we really don't have cooking going on. Because Ervanath has been cleaning so vigorously. That's my bad. Alright, so Poppy and Chris, you're going to get a lavish meal for my mistakes. Ervanath, you're going to get cooking. Let's make fine meals first. And then we'll make lavish meals. I have a lot more construction projects that I really hope to get to. Poppy, could you rearm? Yeah. Let's just get our kill box rearmed. It's not a whole lot of steel, but we'll just keep mining it up with Zero. Ervanath, cooking, but did not feed herself. Okay, what else? Zero, I'm gonna have you deconstruct this stuff. And let's move this. Underground steel scanned. Okay, it's probably not something I'm going to bother working towards, if I'm being honest, because it's a little out of the way. And now I can remove the old hospital, and we have a larger, newer one. Alright, I don't seem to have much Glitterworld medicine, so what I'm going to do is queue up my medicine until I've got 20, and then put the Glitterworld medicine on here as well. Manufactured, Glitterworld, and then over here I'm just going to have body parts. Items, body parts. Alright, so Talons, yeah, it's a little bit of a break risk. This mental breaking, I understand. I could be a little sympathetic. Alright, still a lot of construction projects yet to be done. I might end up turning off the research for a bit. Compacted steel meteor. Oh, well, that's going to help with the steel. Okay, so I'm going to create a zone called Bloodshy, or non-bloodlust. Invert it, and restrict everybody to it, except for Zero and Mathis, I think, are my only bloodlusters. Let me double check. Zero, Mathis both have bloodlust. No one else does either, so they are going to be the ones responsible for cremating corpses. Who's Tattered Apparel? Bubbaloo, you've got Tattered Psyfocus Vest. That's too bad, because it was Masterwork. TK joined. Well, TK, Misandry isn't really welcome here. So, there was a bit of a discussion the last time I banished someone about maybe gifting them to a nearby community. I don't think it's not benevolent to say, hey, not everyone can join us. People that are like misogynist and misandrous, it's not benevolent to say, hey, you know, we do have some requirements. We don't want jerks joining us. That's really not that big of a demand. I think that's totally fine and normal. You may disagree, but, you know, unless it gets put to a vote by a patron, it doesn't really matter, does it? It just is the way it is. Bubbaloo dictates the rules. Alright, so we have some more construction projects to work on. Yeah, once this research is done, I don't think I'm going to queue up anymore. Alright, specialized limbs is good. Alright, haul the whole Neutronium stack. Yeah, there we go. The whole stack. They've been probably crafting as inefficiently as they possibly humanly could for quite some time now, flying on the radar. But now the materials are actually in place. What else do we want here? Raw resources, plant matter? Yeah. All right, so over here, I'm going to say raw resources, plant matter is no longer allowed. No foods are allowed. So yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to temporarily super haul, basically tell everyone to haul. And this is going to be to remove all food from my stockpiles. All right, so the monument got queued up. I'm probably going to primarily make this out of limestone. Okay. There we are. Made it out of limestone. And that way I can just say unsuspend the limestone queue. And it's not using precious building materials or anything like that. Now we are going to have some nasty breaks. Well, this is a really bad psychic drone. Because he's so psychically sensitive to begin with. So, pulling out all the stops to try to help. Alright, so we're pulling out the... You know what I want to do? I don't like the colors here. I know. A little picky, but those two zones blended in. That blends into... Give me a blue. Can I get a blue here? Nope. There we are. So, hauling all of the food, we're almost done. I just don't want it to spoil needlessly. This door could be propped open. Some thrumbos. Whoa, a whole lot of them. 6. Generally, you don't see a herd quite that large. Well, I definitely want to call the herd. I'll have to do it carefully, because I don't want all of them to fight us all at once. That would be bad. I also have to be a little careful because we have really low mood amongst our guys. So if they're stuck fighting thrumbos for a long time, that could also spell disaster. Okay, so we're almost done hauling. We do have a little bit more nurturamine than I have shelving for it. That's fine. All right, taking everyone off of hauling. Bubbaloo, what are your needs? You are needing food, beer. All right, so here's the attempt at hunting. Let me get everyone up here. Haven't really adjusted their weapons. Animals, I want all of you into the gray zone. And my snipers, please don't have a whole herd. Nope, not whole herd. Good. I was trying not to use psychic powers there because the hangover is going to be a little gnarly. But did that thrombo just... Okay, yeah, it went right through the kill box into the base. Let's get this one out from inside our base that is currently bleeding everywhere, I suspect. And Talon, you have tattered apparel. Tattered flak helmet. Oh, you know what? We really ought to be making cataphract helmets now. Anyway, so... Make with 0. Take to temp stock... Temp stockpiles should be temp crafting stockpiles, just so I know which one is which. Take to temp crafting, do until I have 1. but at this very moment. Animals. Go into the barn. I know I keep moving you around, but this is for your own good. Blue, just hang in there. Hang in there. I promise to be treating you better. You also got Rel Favor. So we're 1 point away of hitting that big old count title. And the last Thrumbo is taken down now. There we are. Animals. Hauling, grazing, grazing. Let's just finish off these Thrumbo. That's going to be a lot of wealth. A lot of wealth creation right there. Wookie Woogie putting the thrum. Oh, that's cute. Alright, so kitchen's a lot larger now. We'll have to keep an eye on the temperature. You know what? I've waited a long time for this. Please just do it now. Yeah, there's no real need for that air gap. So I can fix that. Oh great, the moment I fix it, it breaks. Cute. Alright, and then we will expand these zones a little bit for more, a larger high priority zone. That's fine. In here, I'm going to not allow thrumbos. Actually, let's take out some high value animals. Ones that have higher value leathers, so they don't get consumed. So no thrumbo, no bear, no rhino, maybe no elephant, because they also have big tusks. These are things that probably should not be stored in there. And no Megatherium or Megasloth. Talon, your black helmet. Yeah, that comes off. God, I forgot you were bald. Okay, we have a lot more construction projects queued up. Let's see. Too deep infestation. Ooh, that's a problem. Animals to the barn real quick. I'm going to leave Bubbaloo sleeping. But everybody else is going to be woken up. What's unfortunate is that I have sniper rifles. Oh, Boogie Woogie, move it. Because they're not exactly the highest DPS weapons that you can equip. And Amberbum is visiting us. Quite the time, I guess. Well, unfortunately, our weakest turrets are also in the back, so I need to shut some of them off. Protect them. right, Talon. Good job dodging. Whew! Not a single injury. Okay, well, I'm just about out of time, but big old flex for me. Little deep drill in the middle of the night, accident, and no casualties, no injuries, no nothing. Just a whole lot of, actually, hold on, let me bring the game back. A whole lot of, bug corpses. So what I'm going to do here is, for now, insect corpses. The only thing going to be allowed in my, animal, barn. All right, guys. Well, if you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, do drop me a line in the comments below. This was definitely an interesting episode for me to record. For all the ones that have been dropping tips that I've been using, thank you so very much. Next episode, I suspect finishing off some of the layout of the castle and then maybe reworking the kill box or something like that. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you all next episode. Adios, friends.